Gab Marcotti, you were at Stamford Bridge. What was your big takeaway from this match?
Well, other than, as you guys said, that it was a crackers game, I think the fact that these two managers, they're nowhere near where they want their teams to be. Sarri said you'll see the real Chelsea, the real Sarri Chelsea in 2-3 months. Emery might as well say the same thing, because I refuse to believe that he wants Arsenal to play the way they did. As you guys rightly said, going and trying to press with Ozil and Mkhitaryan isn't going to work in this context, playing that crazy high line. I think Chelsea defensively, a lot, people focus on Sarri going forward, but a lot of what made his success at Napoli were the defensive movements, which allowed him to go and send people to press high. Marcos Alonso, great as he is going forward, he has his lapses defensively. Azpilicueta had a couple moments where he didn't quite know where he was in terms of positioning. I'm thinking maybe going forward we might see more of Christensen, or we might see Christensen in there in central defense. So there's a lot of things that still need to be ironed out for both teams. But tell you what, those first 25 minutes, that was pretty incredible. You haven't seen football like that at Stamford Bridge, I think, in a long, long time.
Well, the trouble is that if you want to play a certain way, as Gab said there, and you've got to have a good defensive structure, if your side is going to play like that and is sometimes as open as that and is attack-minded like that, then against the better teams, and we saw some of it last week against Huddersfield, where Chelsea came through, but against a better team, which Arsenal clearly are, we saw how they started to pick holes. Now, one of the guys we talked about a lot this week, and has been a very touchy subject for some, has been Jorginho. Now, Jorginho, when he gets on the ball, he's very, very tidy, making passes, and the play goes through him. And for all and sundry, people keep telling us that's what Sarri wants in the system. I'm fed up hearing it. But at some point, there's going to have to be a question asked if there are so many holes defensively and in front of that back four, whether he wants the passing holding midfielder or whether he wants the blocking, breaking up, covering holding midfielder that N'Golo Kante is. They're two different kind of players, but they both really want to play the same position. Kante, a World Cup winner with France. Jorginho more suited because Sarri knows him. But I'm not saying it was all because Jorginho's playing in there, but what I'm saying is there's going to come a point, if your opponents are creating as much against you as Arsenal were, you have to ask yourself, what kind of player do I want in there? Because there's no doubt in my mind, the best player in world football at the moment at breaking play up and covering fullbacks and playing that role, for me, is N'Golo Kante. Now, if I want a player that can pass the ball in that position, Jorginho's a better player.